of Hamilton, and then they came here to Rugby Park. They started queuing up for tickets at 9 o'clock this morning. All the tickets were soon snapped up, and we've got about 34,000 people here. The atmosphere, quite amazing. The people have come here looking for prizes for the best banner. The people who have painted their faces got in for free, and there are thousands of those too. They started celebrating here, I think, at about 10 o'clock this morning, and the celebrations, I'm sure.
The next generation.
G'day. How are you? Oh, fine. Now, but earlier. Blocked sinuses, pressure, mucus. Oh. Still, took some Sudafed tablets. Great stuff, Sudafed. Cleared me up without making me a bit drowsy. So, London, here we come, eh? Oh, good, eh?
How are you?
Oh, fine. Now...
Maximum strength Sudafed. Fast relief, not fast asleep.
Once more this year, New Zealand's premier rugby teams will be decided in the National Mutual Championships. 27 teams competing for the right to be called number one in their division. National Mutual are proud to be sponsors of this, the world's greatest provincial rugby championships, and proud to be trusted by over 500,000 Kiwis for their financial needs.
I hope that's a 4-litre pack of Shell regular motor oil in your hands, because at $8.95 you'd be crazy not to get some. Shell regular motor oil, just $8.95. So come into Shell and get some now.
Lately I found I was losing my independence, relying on people to run me here and there. So I bought this wonderful Fisher and Paykel scooter. Now I zip down the street to the library or the shops and save my energy for the things I like to do. Why did I choose Fisher and Paykel? For its safety features and after-sales service. See your home healthcare dealer or phone now for further information for a free home trial.
Agriculture has always played a vital role in the prosperity of our nation. And for the families on the land, the challenges to succeed are never-ending. Sure, it's a way of life that's always had its ups and downs. But some of those families, people just like you and I, they wouldn't swap it for the world. Isn't it time you joined Farmlands? We'll help you succeed.
Today's ranfurly Shield match, Waikato against Otago, is brought to you by One World of Sport and Shell, official sponsors of the Shell ranfurly Shield.
Welcome back to Rugby Park in Hamilton. It's an overcast and breezy day for Waikato's first defence of the Shell ranfurly Shield. Now let's meet the two sides for today's game, and Waikato field 14 of the 15 players who lifted the Shield 8 days ago from Auckland, with only Todd Miller missing for religious reasons. Slotting into the number 15 jersey, and this is a big surprise, Andrew Strawbridge has come back from injury. Originally Eugene Martin was named, but it's Andrew Strawbridge. As usual, the Waikato performance will be based around the outstanding tight five of Gordon, Anderson, Stevenson, Gatland and Purvis. Otago coach Gordon Hunter made a tough decision on Thursday when he left Jeff Wilson on the bench and recalled Greg Cooper to fullback. This means John Timu returns to the right wing, and also back in the team after injury is big lock forward Brendan Timmins. But Otago, like Waikato, have a very stable squad. In fact, 12 of these players were in the National Championship final last season.
Ladies and gentlemen, the game is about to start. They have not held the Shield since 1957. Please give a typical Hamilton welcome to David Latta and the challengers, Otago. Last week, they ended a sensational Shield era. They are the new holders of the ranfurly Shield. Defending it for the first time, John Mitchell and Waikato.
Well, a fantastic welcome for the heroes, the hometown heroes, Waikato, as they come on to Rugby Park in Hamilton. And Wayne Graham, what an atmosphere.
Yes, it is, Grant. There's no need to tell the people at home just what an atmosphere it is, especially down south. Otago have got an enormous obstacle to overcome here, and that's this hometown advantage, or the home ground advantage. This Waikato team once again stormed out of the tunnel. Otago stayed in the huddle. It's going to be a big match.
The referee for this afternoon's game is Colin Hawke from South Canterbury, one of New Zealand's top whistle men. And this is a repeat of last year's National Mutual Championship final. But today it's not only championship points at stake, it's the Shell Ranfurly Shield as well. John Leslie, Otago's second 5'8". Otago have an outstanding back line. Light rain falling at Rugby Park. We're about to get underway. And it's Otago that'll play with the wind in the first half, and there is quite a bit of wind.
Yes, Otago definitely taking the advantage. Waikato kicking off into the wind. It's going to be quite important, or very important, for Otago to start well.
Big day for Stephen Bashop. Matthew Cooper's had 3 attempts to put the ball on the ground. It's fallen each time. That's some indication of just how strong the wind is. Mark Ellis loosens up. Steve Gordon. And we are underway. Waikato against Otago, the first Shield defence. As Otago take it down just out from their 22 and step over it nicely. It's going to be a titanic struggle up front, and Otago realise they've got to do well in this area, and they've started well, Wayne.
Yes, that's a great start from Otago, already taking it to Waikato, and they can use the wind through Forster.
First touch for Andrew Strawbridge, back on the Waikato side today, and he got a fair catch. Well, it's a big surprise to see Andrew Strawbridge there. He had quite a severe injury earlier in the season, and most people felt that was it for him. But he's back in for this big match this afternoon.
Otago know that they've got to really compete up front, especially in that tight 5, Grant, and that was a good start from the kickoff. They really sucked it in and took it back to the Waikato pack. That will give them a lot of confidence.
Mike Meeker at the front of the line-out for Otago. David Latter will throw to the line-out. Craig Stevenson, what a game from him last week. One World of Sport live at Rugby Park in Hamilton. Dwayne Monkley claims the first line-out of the game. It's coming for Simon Crabb. Ian Foster, a little bit of hesitation, and it's a penalty. Offside against Otago. And the flag is out, so.
Came from some quite vigorous rucking on this side of the field, Grant. One of the Otago players giving, I think, Steve Gordon a fair old hammering on the ground. Not very close to the ball either.
Brendan Timmins. Just a bit of a chat with Brendan Timmins over rigorous rucking. And the first penalty of the match is awarded to Waikato.
Just watching the replay there, that's the ruck that went to the ground there, and just watch, you can't quite see in picture there, but number 4, Brendan Timmins, climbing up on the Waikato players on the ground.
No score on the Ranfurly Shield Challenge. 2 minutes gone. Warren Gatlin throws. Otago win. Waikato ball. Stephen Bashop, the educated left boot. And, good judgment from Stephen Bashop. That's an excellent kick.
Well, great use of the wind from Bashop. That's the direction that the wind is going. It's rocketing down into that corner. Bashop came onto his left boot and nudged it into that corner. Otago doing well from set play.
Otago pulled Josh Kronfeld out of the line-out. Monkley's out for Waikato. Beautifully claimed towards the back of the line-out, but not thrown straight. And so we go to the scrum. Now this is an area that Otago may be concerned about.
Yes, keep a close look on the front row. The first scrum is the most important on the day. A lot of pressure exerted there by the Waikato front row. We remember from last week how Waikato really took it to Auckland up front. Otago not renowned for a terribly strong front row. See how they hold it up.
They did well that time though. Off it goes for Joseph. Penny and Joseph. That'll be a combination to watch this afternoon. David Latta. Oh, thumping tackle made on him. And Waikato what good defence.
Yes, excellent defence. Latta got taken to the ground and he fell awkwardly. He couldn't release the ball. Great first up tackle around the fringes.
No score on the ranfurly Shield Challenge. 4 minutes gone. Otago have the advantage of the breeze. A bit more than that. Kronfeld's got around offside. And the referee will take the penalty. So it's Mr. Steady of the Waikato side, Ian Foster. And that's a nice kick by Foster.
Yes, good kick once again. Otago giving away the penalty. That's 2 early penalties that they've given away. They really need to keep the pressure on Grant and just keep the Waikato side pinned inside the danger area.
Andrew Strawbridge, a veteran of over 100 games for Waikato, stretching way back to the early 80s. Otago have started a heck of a lot better than they did in the final last year when they conceded an early try. Awkward pass, Crab Foster. Across for Matthew Cooper. Got past John Leslie. And Waikato sent it again. Foster once more. This time Bashop gets up to make the tackle. And it's been turned over. Away for Mark Ellis. No one to pass to. Paul Cook is not there. And the ball was lost forward. The referee was playing an advantage.
Well, encouraging stuff from Waikato. They moved it out into the middle of the field and set it on Cooper and then tried to move it again. But Otago, once again, one of the strengths of this Otago side, Grant, is the ability to counter-attack, and they'll be looking for that in the first half.
5 metres on the Waikato side of halfway. Held in the back by Penny, just cleared by Forster. Kick again by Bashop, whose kicking's been excellent so far, and that's another good one. That's the corner he's going to use for most of the first half, just running it down into that corner. Great kick from Bashop. A lot to prove this afternoon, Steve Bashop. Well, there's a lot of careers at stake on the park this afternoon. All Black selectors will be looking at a lot of these players very closely. All Black team live, One World of Sport, 7:30 this evening on One. Warren Gatland getting through as Jamie Joseph, and again the hurried clearance from Simon Crabb. So far it's been all Otago, and they get the throw to the line out too. First short line out to Otago, Grant. 4-6-2-1. 4-6-2-1. Jamie Joseph at the back. The others are grouped. Joseph against Jerem. Joseph wins it easily, but it wasn't straight. Now that'll be a mighty battle this afternoon. Richard Jerem and Jamie Joseph. Yes, it certainly will. Jerem, of course, tipped to make the All Blacks side. Both good line-out forwards. Otago came here twice last year and got a couple of hammerings, 47-15, 40 points to 5. And as you just saw, they haven't won here since '88. It's another day today, though, Grant. They will have learned a lot from those 2 hidings last year, and they've started a lot better today. Crab looking for Foster. And another good clearance by Ian Foster. You know, he's an unheralded player, really, Ian Foster. They know his value here in Waikato, but I think nationally, he's a little bit unknown. Yes, once a good clearance from Foster, and Rhys Ellison out there calling the shots midfield for Waikato. Seven minutes.
Last one here, Grant Allison was playing for them.
That's right, Rhys Ellison, over 60 games for Otago. Oh, the big reverse pass almost fell for Dwayne Monkley. And I think Waikato are going to get it anyway. They've turned it over just on the Otago side of halfway. Grab, whips it away for Foster, straight across for Cooper. There was a big lineup waiting for the pass from Matthew Cooper. Grab again. Foster, clever kick. Away from Joseph. Oh, great kick.
Well, brilliant defensive play from the Waikato. First of all, it was Cooper that was caught in behind the Waikato pack, but they were quickly to regroup. The ball came back to Foster once again. That was a brilliant punt from on halfway. He knocked it down into that corner, puts Waikato in a attacking position. Look at the punt, beautiful spiral kick into that corner.
First time in the game that Waikato have threatened the Otago line. We've been going for 8 minutes in the first half. There's no score. Timmins got up very high, but my word, Foster wore the Waikato forward pack at the same time. Ball not thrown straight. Referee played a long advantage there. Bonfeld slow to get up.
Well, this is the sort of position that Otago can do without getting scrums. A Waikato scrum. Watch for Mitchell.
And Otago throwing to that lineup. They had the wind, which should really have dragged it over onto the Waikato side, but throwing it not straight down Otago's side, that's a bit difficult to do.
Craig Stevenson's going to the sideline. There's blood. So I'm not sure they'll wait for him. I think they will. What an impact this guy had on the Shield Challenge last week, Wayne.
Yes, he's an impressive customer. We haven't seen a lot of him. There's Steve Basham just working out the defensive pattern. They know that this is an important scrum, but definitely Stevenson playing his way towards that All Black team to tour.
Stevenson back into the scrum. Waikato with a gilt-edged opportunity here. Very solid. Otago have gone down. Mitchell. Now Craig. Foster to Allison. Can't fight his way through the defence. The tackle made by Leslie. And Waikato went in over the top.
Great defence from Otago. They knew the urgency. Here's Forster kicking it away down the park.
Quick thinking by wee Stu Forster. And he's made 50 metres with that kick. So the value of having the wind is obvious. Stu Forster with that huge kick downfield. And Waikato back now to their own 10-metre line. Battle scars showing already on Craig Stevenson. Gatlin goes short to Gordon, but it backfires. Otago have it once more. Alice. Slip through Allison. Where is it? Couldn't get it back.
My word, Mark Ellis will want to look out for Reece Allison coming flying up in defence there. He nearly cut him in half, but he just skipped clear. But once again, the Otago couldn't free it up for the second phase.
He's a noted tackler, Reece Allison. Simon Crabb. Mitchell brings it off the back, goes blindside, slips through the first one. Good combination with Jerem. 5 metres on the Otago side of halfway. Now Mitchell. Crowd calling out for offside. Penalty anyway.
Well, both sides absolutely desperate to get their hands on the ball. David Latta pleading with referee Hawke.
Matthew Cooper's going to try one from about 45 metres.
Well, he tees the ball up, he kicks it very high, doesn't he, normally, and it will really be picked up by the breeze, which is quite strong.
First scoring opportunity of the Ranfurly Shield Challenge, Matthew Cooper. He's not kicking directly into the wind. It's tending to run corner to corner. Gets it up nice and high, but pulls it.
Well, it was a good try from Matthew Cooper. He really did hit it well, but the crosswind just racing across the front of those posts just carried it outside the left-hand upright.
12 minutes gone in the first half. One World of Sport live at Rugby Park in Hamilton. No score on the game as Otago go long. Calls for Cooper. Gets over his own 10-metre line. He's going to hit it up hard. Oh, he smacks into Cronfeld.
Oh, look at Josh Cronfeld. He just stood his ground and knocked him down.
Top tackle. Kick again by Foster. Oh, awkward bounce for Greg Cooper. That's the Premier Trophy in New Zealand Rugby. Now there's trouble back on halfway for Otago. Josh Cronfeld made the big tackle, but he felt it.
Well, he just stood his ground and knocked Matthew Cooper backwards and a little slow getting back, but that was a big knock on Cronfeld. What a brilliant kick from Foster. Put it back into that corner.
Quickly thrown. Big win by Brendan Timmins.
Tremendous take by Timmins against Gordon at the front of the line out, and Forster clears.
Good little clearance from Stu Forster. Tough struggle so far. No score in the game. Cronfeld wanders back into the action. He's been attended to. Haven't seen John Timu on attack as yet. Gatlin looking towards the back. Again, Aaron Penny has it for Otago. Doing well at line-out time, Otago. Jamie Joseph. Well, not on the side for his kicking.
No, not a great option from Joseph. He would have been better to leave it to the little fella behind him. Forster. Really was good work from Penny taking it in.
I think Otago have won 3 against the throw.
Well, that'll be of concern to Waikato. Guided down by Steve Gordon, they've won it. Now Foster, there's all sorts of Otago players converging on him. 5 metres on the Otago side of halfway. And really it was all pressure there. Bad tap by Gordon, not such a good pass by Crabb. And Otago have made good ground.
Yes, Grant, that's the difficulty of tapping from the front of the line out with playing into the wind. The ball came slowly to Crabb and then slowly to Foster.
Big scrum from Otago. Forster. Basham. Waikato, look at them, they're all there. 10 out from the 22, Crabb. Away for Foster. Misses Allison. Cooper has trouble hanging on. Finally does. Crabb again. Foster, he's in the play a lot. Big tackle, he knocked it on. They'll play an advantage. And Otago get it quickly. Forster for Basham. Now the big wipers kick again. What a magnificent boot he's got. Oh, too much. Just too much.
Well, it was only by centimetres, but nearly the kick before from Forster did the same thing. That time Basham just hit it too well. Just out over the touchline. Otago, unfortunately, knocked back inside their own territory. Really quite a strong win, that. Yes, missed by a couple of metres there on the touchline.
Gatland again towards Jerem at the back. Waikato are going to get it too.
There's a big hand of John Mitchell that came through there.
They're not going to get it. Lost forward, says referee Hawke. And Otago get the scrum. Some marvellous matchups here, especially in the line-out, where Richard Jerem and Jamie Joseph are battling away at the back.
Yes, and the young Otago front row doing quite well in there too. I think that time the Waikato front row may have just pulled back because they fell forward. Let's hope there's no trouble there to David Latter.
Just a bit of a leg problem for David Latter, but he's surrounded by Mike Mika, who played in the Shield, or at least in the championship final last year, and a relative new man in Nick Moore. And it's certainly a big task for these players.
Yes, they're 2 young props that have come on for Otago during the season, and they have done very well during the season. tough task here this afternoon.
Again, Otago going back, but Aaron Penny can be relied upon to make metres, and he does so again. Forster, well worked by Otago. They freed it up well, and Basham sailing away downfield. What another good kick.
Well, the talk in the Sunday papers was Stephen Basham was not going to make the All Blacks side, but you can't fault that sort of play from the first 5. Cleared Strawbridge's head and just rolled it into touch. Brilliant stuff.
Otago scoring well off the opponent's throw. Warren Gatland on defence, 20 metres from his own line. They always go for Steve Gordon in close, and he generally speaking gets it as well.
Yes, he gets really high, doesn't he? Takes that two-handed ball very well.
Foster's kick not too flash this time. John Timu gets to run with the ball. Oh, was that a late tackle? I think it was. No, it was a fair catch. Dear me, that was close.
I'd like to have a look at that again. I think there might have been an element of Hollywood there from JT, but Hawks said no, play on.
Taken quickly. Otago read it well, and Foster clears. Let's go back and have a look at that incident.
Just watch John Timu here. Does he get hit late? Oh, just hard enough to tell there, but definitely ran into a Waikato player.
I just don't think the referee saw it.
Recall 4684.
19 minutes gone in the first half. One World of Sport live at Rugby Park in Hamilton. No score. Playing an advantage here. Waikato may well get one too. Ellison. Step over it well. Foster, he's been in the game a lot early on. Greg Cooper. Oh, dear me. Trouble. Cooper's got it back. Waikato arriving quickly, though. Stevenson. Quickly cleared. Foster. Line up here. Cooper. Wallow. He's in touch. No offside. Come back. Otago were too flat. And they're penalised.
Well, Otago did well from a difficult situation. Waikato unlucky not to score. They had players to burn out wide.
Stephen Basham was offside.
Bad mistake by Cooper going backwards, though. The ball just eluded him.
It looked a harmless enough kick, but he lost his footing. Urgent discussions. So Matthew Cooper poised to start the scoring in the game. Waikato lead by 3 points to 0.
Yes, and they're three very important points playing into the win for Waikato. Basham's away on a quick start.
Oh, too far once again. Well, I guess, Wayne, it was worth the try, but in the end it's backfired.
That's twice now. That wind's strong, so they're just hitting it too well with the wind. Waikato attacking from halfway.
Crab. Foster again. Holding up in the breeze.
Magnificent kick, Grant.
Nobody got to it. Basham goes back after it, tips it for Forster. And we're going back for a previous knock-on, and it was from a Waikato player.
Well, referee Hawks just got to be careful with this Otago side because they love to counter-attack. He's got to let the advantage flow.
Big shove again from Waikato. Hands in the scrum against the Waikato players. And the penalty and a defensive one for Otago. under a fair bit of pressure in the last 10 minutes or so. Bishop should be able to get tremendous distance in this kick. Now we're going to bring you a tennis update right now, so if you don't want to know what the progress score is, just look away briefly. Back live at the rugby as it's taken in by Otago. Forster up for Jamie Joseph. Easily gets away from John Mitchell. Otago. Dangerous out wide as Aaron Penny joins in. Leslie gets into the action. Good tackle by Wilson on Mark Ellis, but they all dived in over the top. You've got to stay on your feet if you can, and they certainly didn't there.
Well, they certainly didn't. The big boys for Waikato wanted their way back there, gave away the penalty, but impressive skills by Aaron Penny there in the midfield, really crunching it up the middle and set it up for Otago. Ellis very nearly skipping clear, but look at big Brent Anderson walking back towards his goal line. He wants to hold on to the ranfurly shield. Just watch the players here as the ball goes to ground. Well, they're all in there on the ground, aren't they?
They've all forgotten the laws.
I think he needs someone to hold it. There is quite a strong breeze there.
He's certainly got a marvellous record for Otago, having had a lot of games also for Auckland.
Well, there's not too many penalties harder in the world to kick than this one here now, with the crowd really giving him a hard time.
Brother Matthews already landed one. Now Greg. He's away to the left too. Waikato continued to lead after 25 minutes in the first half by 3 points to 0. Completely different game to the National Championship final last year, when Waikato raced away to a big lead. Otago take this one in. 10 out from the 22. Forster. Basham looking for John Timu, trying to get involved in the action. Hangs on long enough for the forwards to get there. Popped out the wrong way. Crabb. Foster. Just had his ankle tipped. Hacked ahead by Crabb. Now the race is on. Cook wins easily.
Well, referee Hawke must have ruled that he got a foot to that one. I would have thought he had lost it forward, Crabb, but he let it play on. Very close down that touchline.
3 All Black selectors here today. Laurie Mains, Earl Kirk and Peter Thorburn. And at 7:30 this evening, live on One World of Sport, they'll produce their 30 players for the tour of England and Scotland. Greg Cooper goes with a long one. Down for the former Otago player, Rhys Allison. Oh, good work, Allison. Freed the arms up. Strawbridge. Wallow. Wonderful try for Matthew Cooper.
The home crowd go absolutely mad about that one. Great try, great counter-attacking. Well set up by Rhys Allison. Look at it go. The ball came out to Matthew Cooper, racing down the grandstand touch. One defender to beat. He goes straight through him. Aaron Penny tackle in desperation, but the try is scored.
The Shell replay shows Matthew Cooper inside Stephen Basham, and the desperation tackle by Aaron Penny, not enough. Top try.
Valuable points for Waikato too at this stage of the game. 25 minutes gone, 27 minutes gone in the first half. That was a big try.
So Matthew Cooper attempting to convert his own try. That's almost directly into the wind. It's a tough kick from out there. So the goal does not come, but Matthew Cooper scored the 8 points, and Waikato lead with 11 minutes to go till half-time.
Andrew Strawbridge just receiving a bit of attention during that break while the conversion was being taken, shaking his head as if to say, I'm not feeling all that comfortable.
It's been a long break for Strawbridge. Otago kick it out. Forster. They ran up Penny, so Forster hung on. 15 out from the 22. Otago needs to strike back pretty quickly here, down by 8-0.
Yes, with the advantage of the wind, Otago desperately need points before half-time. They've competed well, they just haven't been able to add the points onto the board.
Solid defence by Waikato. It's into the back now with Jamie Joseph.
I think the tactic from Otago has got to be to turn Waikato round. They're competing well up front, but I don't think that's the place to beat them.
Now they go to the backs. Basham. Test on Strawbridge. Hasn't faced a high ball for a while. Beautifully taken.
Yes, great take by Strawbridge. It was wavering in the wind there. It was a high kick from Basham. Well done, Strawbridge.
He could not hear the referee's whistle. There's so much noise.
So safely in the touch from Andrew Strawbridge.
Otago haven't really been able to get enough ball when they've been on these attacking situations, Grant. Really need to win some line-outs on attack.
Latter. Stretching up high was Andy Rich. Good line-out win. Leslie. Oh, Cook. Monkley got onto him but couldn't hang on.
Ah, great loose forward play. Dwayne Monkley's job is to pick up the man that came back in, and he saw Paul Cook coming and just threw himself at the tackle. Good loose forward play from Dwayne Monkley. Here he is here. Look at him tracking them across. He sees Cook coming, dives at him, and is enough to slow him down.
Otago couldn't free it. Waikato ball. Foster, big influence on the game so far. He might have overcooked this one a bit. Yes, he has.
Not a bad tactic from Foster, though, isn't it? He's coming right, so he's running into the wind, and then he's hoisting it back down that left-hand touchline. That time, the wind just got a hold of it and took it over the touchline.
Quickly thrown by Latter, not thrown straight.
It's a little bit hard to understand from David Latter. Otago have the advantage of the wind. The ball is not going straight, but it's going down the Otago line.
Solid Waikato scrum again. Foster. Well, this has gone off the side of his boot this time. Down for Greg Cooper. Immediately hoisted. Strawbridge is inside his 22. And so he had the luxury of being able to call for the fair catch. Not such a good kick either from Strawbridge. So Forster brings it up near halfway. Couldn't find anybody. Finally it was Greg Cooper. Away now for Timu. Some solid defence again by Waikato. They're really hitting hard on the tackles.
That time it was Purvis. Timu ran into Purvis. Crunch.
Good pass by Penny for Kronfeld. Jamie Joseph, the third member of the loose forward trio, is there. Just on the Waikato side of halfway. Forster again reverts to kicking. Strawbridge reads it well. And in the end kicks it out on the full.
Well, it's a big forwards for the Waikato Waikato that are making the big hits up front. You don't want to run into too many of those big men. They just wrap you up and hang on to the ball. David Latta looking for the option.
There it is for Forster. Clever pass away. Basham tips it on. Falls nicely for Leslie. Cook wasn't expecting the kick. He's a mile away, is Paul Cook. And it'll be easy for Strawbridge. So a little lack of communication out wide by Otago.
Yes, it's happened twice in the last two movements for Otago. They really got to get that talk up. Very difficult to hear the players and the calls out there, but they've really got to talk it up.
I think they could hear Monkley, though.
7 minutes to go in the first half. Waikato lead by 8-0. Jamie Joseph, excellent line-out take, but not straight again.
Well, one of the features of David Latta's game is his ability to throw the ball into the line-out, but really letting the side down. Once again, down the Otago line. Otago with the win.
Crab has Foster standing inside the 22. And Ian Foster makes another good clearance. Tremendous crowd at Rugby Park. A lot of these people have been here for 3 or 4 hours, coming directly from the parade through the main street this morning. Mike Meeker gets a good one in close for Otago.
Beautiful take by Meeker at the front. Really got a good metre or so off the ground.
Joseph joins in. Otago can't make much progress in this area. Colin Hawke saying, free it up or you'll lose it. Basham, Ellis, smacked by Ellison. Awkward bouncing ball for Doug Wilson, but he gets it away cleverly. Not out, Forster. Confronted by Crab. A little bit slippery on top now, the surface, as light rain falls again. Forster. Across for Joseph standing wide. Oh, another big tackle from Allison. Otago firing it all over the place, but not making much progress. Now Cook. Solid defence again.
Really their strength of the Otago game, Grant, is to counter-attack and keep moving it along, but there's some big tackles being put in by Waikato.
Again, Basham reverts to the kick, and he's judged it well. Oh, marvellous.
Wow, that's precision accuracy from Basham. A metre from the corner, but they kept attacking, kept trying to break the line, Otago. Great tackling from Waikato.
Big opportunity for Otago. It's not their ball to the line-out, though.
Well, there's a bit of hesitation at the front. They're trying to get the call right. What's the option going to be for Gatlin? I think he'll be looking for Steve Gordon at the front.
And I think they take too much time with throwing a ball into the line-out.
Quite right. I hate to add it up over the period of a game. Gordon goes for it. Otago might have got it. Now it's gone back to Crab, and he scrambles it out.
Well, it looked as though it skipped clear, didn't it, to the Otago side, but Gordon, the call was always going to be Gordon. I don't know how it took them 2 minutes to work it out, but looked as though Otago may have had it there, but just back to Foster, Crab, away it goes.
I think I like the Taranaki way of throwing the ball in, Wayne.
Certainly different.
Just chuck it in and let's get on with the game. Otago have it. Timmins is getting a working over. He's fallen the wrong way.
That's the trouble. Those are the big Waikato men. If you run into them up high, they're just going to spin you around. That time Brendan Timmins got caught up high, had trouble freeing it. Worked the ball on the ground with his hands. Referee Hawks his penalty, Waikato.
Foster with a kick downfield. So Waikato repulsed that challenge from Otago. 4 minutes remaining now in the first half.
I just wonder about the advantage of this wind. John, can you tell at ground level it just seems to come and go a little bit? I just wonder if it's starting to drop.
I think it is, Wayne. It hasn't been as strong, certainly over the last 5 minutes, as it was at the start.
There it is for Crabb. Foster's inside his 22. Kronfeld hit him late, I think. Let's wait to see what Colin Hawke says. Yes. Bit silly.
Bit silly, but it was a pretty good charge from Kronfeld. He gave it everything he had, and he hit him hard. He was just a fraction late. Oh.
Foster bangs it away again. Well, it could prove costly.
Well, with 2 kicks, Foster takes it 50 metres up the field.
And only 2 minutes to go till half-time.
One World of Sport live at Rugby Park in Hamilton. 8-0. The holders ahead. Joseph taps. Nick Moore has a big charge. That's a good surge too by Moore. He made a good 15 metres there. It's there for Forster. Basham has to kick again. Strawbridge reads it well, but knocks it on.
Bit slippery here. The rain has stopped. The second shower we've had, but certainly the surface is just a little bit breezy.
Big scrum, Waikato. Otago retreating.
Huge scrum from Waikato.
Timu. Hard man to put down, John Timu. Support there. 15 up from the 22, and it's going to be a penalty. Bit of a flare-up. Quickly sorted out.
A lot of the players getting in and having a say, and the referee just saying clear off, but I think they might have spotted the touch judge on the far side. Or on your side, Grant.
Yes, I think the call will go against Otago, unfortunately.
Pardon?
Unfortunately, yeah. Oh, fortunately. Jamie Joseph in there. I think he climbed up the back of Monkley, but Monkley was lying across the ball. To see what the decision is now. Watch Hawke.
He's heading towards the Waikato side. So the penalty stays.
Well, fortunately, he didn't call it against Otago, but he ruled that Monkley went across over the top of the ball. The penalty stays with Otago.
It's okay, Wayne, you can be parochial.
I'm about the only Otago supporter here, I think.
And interestingly, Wayne, when that call came, the sun came out.
Yes,
Otago sun.
There's a good plane load of Otago supporters, but they're feeling very lonely here. It's an unbelievable atmosphere in support of the home side.
They're ganging up on Greg Cooper now. Cooper, second shot at goal.
That's better.
And Greg Cooper puts Otago on the board, and it's half-time at Rugby Park in Hamilton, and the Shield holders Waikato lead by 8 points to 3.
How do you spell pepper?
Monday on One, the world according to Arkwright.
It says here this smiling young actress is tipped for stardom. And as usual, you can see both the tips quite distinctly. There's a cold front coming in from the Atlantic here. You ought to get something a bit warm around your chest, like a hot shopkeeper.
Nobody knows who my father really was.
Your mother was down to earth. A bit too often for her own good, but she meant well.
Open all hours, Monday 8:30 after Moro Sports Extra on One.
There's 3 good reasons it's understood. 3 good reasons to change for good. Reason number 1. A change for good is better for you. And reason number 2, you don't need to look far. A change for good is better for your car. Now reason number 3.
No, don't throw a sprocket.
A change for good is better for your pocket. A change to Ultra is better for your pocket.
That's 3 good reasons I didn't know. A change to Ultra is the way to go.
You can be sure of Shell.
suffer in silence no more. Because here's some good news about fast pain relief. Cataflam. For fast relief from dental pain, Cataflam. And ankle sprains, Cataflam. And problems in between, Cataflam. Cataflam works where it hurts fast. Cataflam is a restricted medicine that's available only from your pharmacy. Cataflam. It works where it hurts fast. Ask your pharmacist about Cataflam.
Here's a profitable message for dairy farmers. We know that new farm Bloated knocks bloat for 6. Now, for just 1 cent more per cow per day, they've added 4 essential trace minerals to Bloated: iodine, copper, cobalt and selenium. They've come up with Bloated Tracer. It can raise milk fat production and increase conception rates. So with Bloated Tracer, you'll protect your herd and increase your profitability. So much for the theory. Take a look at my field work.
Bloated Tracer for more than just bloat control.
Perhaps one day, all family cars will be this advanced and this safe. From Mitsubishi Motors, Galant, the next generation.
It gets as sultry as Spain, as tough as Turkestan, colder than Quebec, and as jammed as an LA freeway. There's one country on Earth where motorists experience every driving condition in the world. It forced us to come up with the best tyre we've ever made. Dunlop Daytona. New Zealand drove us to it.
Why is 98.6 ZHFM the hottest breakfast show in town?
Because if you tune in at 7:20 in the morning, you'll hear how to win $500 cash.
Yeah, we're giving away $500 with the 98.6 ZHFM Classic Hit $10,000 triple play.
Just listen for the 3 triple play classic hits by classic artists and you could win $500.
So start the day with the ZHFM Breakfast Crew and our $10,000 classic hit triple play.
The best thing since sliced bread.
The toast of the Waikato.
Peter and Jackie, the ZHFM Breakfast Crew.
We're at the Pioneer Stadium in Christchurch, and Kelly Evenden dropped the very first set in 52 minutes in a tiebreaker. It was a very close affair. It's 2-2 in the second, but Antonich under a little bit of pressure here from Evenden, so it's certainly not over yet. We'll rejoin the tennis after the rugby from Hamilton.
Welcome back to Rugby Park in Hamilton. 8 points to 3. The second half about to get underway, and it's Greg Cooper with Otago facing the wind in the second spell. Cooper. Waikato, though, looking into the sun, which has come out during the halftime break. And there was a knock-on spotted in there by Colin Hawke, so we'll go to a scrum.
Well, at half-time, Grant, Kevin Green said to his team, just because you've got the wind, it doesn't mean it will happen. You've got to make it happen. Gordon Hunter strong on his team, saying you've got 40 minutes, and it's got to be 40 minutes of guts.
Ian Foster plugging away down the touchline. Cook going back. Greg Cooper. And they got up onto him very quickly, Doug Wilson. And I think we're going to see a lot of kicking towards Greg Cooper in the second halfway.
Yes, we definitely will. That's an indication already, and the chasers were very, very quick coming through. There was Allison and Wilson really hounding Cooper as they put that kick down. Waikato will try and play the second half position on the field. Otago's option is to counter-attack.
8-3. The Coopers have scored all the points. Matthew for Waikato. Greg for Otago. Waikato win an important early line-out. 10-metre line, Otago territory. They're so good in this phase of the game.
Yes, this is their strength. It was a good take, two-handed take by Anderson in the middle, and he's brought it down. Now the big muscle men of the Mulu land are trying to work it up the field.
They've still got it there. Now they'll try and bring it back in field. Release now for Crabb. Foster. Cook's waiting for it. Penalty. A late charge is the call from Colin Hawke. Again, foolish stuff.
Let's just have a look. I think it was Joseph that went over the top of Foster there. Silly mistake.
Colin Hawke really vigilant that time. He was watching as the kick was made, saw the two players go in. He said they were late.
Matthew Cooper, a penalty and a try so far in the game. To increase Waikato's advantage.
Yep.
Well, very good points by Matthew Cooper. He's such a versatile player. Playing at centre, of course, for the Waikato this afternoon. Scoring the try and now kicking two very good penalty goals.
It's all in front of Otago now. 37 minutes. These two sides to meet again in Dunedin next Saturday in a semi-final match, but that's not on their minds at the moment. Lost forward this time by Waikato, so Otago have a chance.
Yes, I think the game next week will be the furthest thing from their minds at the moment. Of course, the ranfurly Shield up for grabs here now.
Otago scrum holds up. Aaron Penny gets through the first one and the second. Good charge by the All Black number 8.
Magnificent play from Penny. Easily broke Monkley's first tackle.
He's been in outstanding form in recent weeks, Aaron Penny. Now Otago turn it and try and shove Waikato back. Easier said than done.
And Waikato keep about 4 players off from the forwards.
Now they go for the backs. Ellis pops it up for Cook. Good run from Cook. Latter gets there, hit in a big tackle. He got it back. Chance for Otago if they spin it quickly. Basham. Wilson. Knocked forward by Waikato. Otago have it back. Basham again. Ellison scrambles the kick away. And they'll play the line out.
Now there's some great tackles going in from the Waikato pack. That's the only thing that's holding Otago back at this stage. There's some big hits going in. When Otago try to mount an attack, there's some great tackles going in to knock them dead.
One World of Sport live at Rugby Park in Hamilton. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Forster gets it. Basham gets Monkley. Leslie. Across for Timu. Warlow hangs on. Now Kronfeld. How did he get out there? Just near the 22. Good, solid Otago rucking. Basham, Cook. Defence is outstanding from Waikato. Hands in there. Otago get the penalty. Vital phase of the game this, Wayne. Otago mounting big attacks.
Well, they're gradually trying to get their game going. Their game is based on moving it as quick as they can. The thing that's slowing them up, and Waikato know what they've got to do, they're getting in there and making those big hits and trying to tie it up.
Also from that last line-out, Wayne, it took a long time for Stu Forster to get the ball out, and it just allowed Monkley to have a flyer at Basham, and that upset the back line.
Well, difficult from that side of the field, John, isn't it? When you throw to 2 in the line-out on that side of the field, we saw Waikato playing into the wind. It's a long way from Forster to Basham, and with players like Monkley and Kronfeld flying off the back of the line-out, very difficult to clear it quickly.
Exactly. Well, the wind's picked up again. It's got very strong. There's another shower of rain coming. And this one's not light, Grant.
No, it's sweeping across the grounds. Very difficult conditions for Greg Cooper. No, the wind drags it away.
Well, from straight out in front from Cooper, he had everything against him.
Big bang downfield by Foster. Cleverly stopped by Timu. He'll run it back, John Timu. Partially charged, snapped up by Andy Rich. Gave it away to Penny. Now the game's starting to get some real momentum. And there was a head-high tackle. I think Simon Crabb. Jamie Joseph had trouble getting it back. He did finally. Now Penny. How many tackles can he break this time? Doesn't bother. Yes, he does. He hangs on.
Well, obstruction. He ran in behind Cromfield. As Otago tried to speed the game up. A mistake cost him. The weather's really come in here from the corner of the field. Really starting to rain quite heavily. Look at Aaron. He just runs round behind Josh Cromfield there. Hawk quickly to say that's shepherding. Penalty, Waikato. And Cooper's going to have a shot, I think.
Yes, he is. He's 6 metres on his own side of halfway, and he's not in centre field, so it's got to be a kick of about 57 metres. Weather's packed in here at Rugby Park in Hamilton. It's pouring with rain, and the wind has certainly intensified. While Matthew Cooper started the run, he was lucky that wasn't a conversion.
Just finding out how waterproof these jackets are.
What's the reading?
Out of 10, 5 at the moment, I think.
And could deteriorate. Cooper, 57 metres out. Gets it up high. Close. Just under.
Oh, it wasn't a bad attempt, was it, in the conditions? Great try from Matthew Cooper.
Still an 8-point advantage for Waikato. Down it goes for Ian Foster. Another good long kick. Steve Bashop's inside his 22. Thought about running it back. Then thought better of it. And a nice clearance from Stephen Bashop.
Well, an 11 points to 3. There we see the territory there. Otago on top, surprisingly enough, I suppose from the first half advantage, but down on the board points-wise. 11 to 3 to the Waikato.
Simon Crabb calls the shots. You know, 14 of these Waikato players played in this game in the final last season. Only Richard Lowe missing. Not thrown straight. Again, the big shove from Waikato, and Crabb is offside.
Here's Crabb trying to push Forster back around the scrum, and Hawks, there's no way Simon Crabb, that's a penalty. Leave him alone.
Bashop plugs the touchline once again. And Otago have played pretty well in the second half. 10 minutes gone, and they're back in an attacking position.
Well, I don't know if it's just because of the province they come from, Grant, but I've got a feeling that Otago is still very much in this match. The conditions are against them, the crowd is against them, but I think they're starting to get their game together.
Latter throws. Back for Waikato. And they'll go to the lineup once again, and this time it's another throw for Warren Gatland. Charged by Latta. Otago getting closer.
Well, the Waikato forwards just tapping it back there. Pretty well controlled taps, but with a player like David Latta charging through from the front of that line out, putting Waikato under all sorts of pressure. It's only 5 metres out from the line now.
Big line out this one. They might look towards Jamie Joseph. That's what they do. Real battle for it. Forster's going to get it under pressure. Monkley's offside, surely. They'll play the knock-on, though. Called accidentally offside.
Well, definitely played from an offside position. He was in front of the player that knocked it forward to him.
11 points to 3. Penny off the back. Smashes through another couple. Now they go to the backs again. Basham. Cooper comes charging in.
It's there for Otago.
Yes, it is. Slowly. Basham back to the blind side. Clever play. Leslie. John Leslie. Try.
Brilliant try from John Leslie against the run of play. Otago just starting to get the feel that they were coming into the game. You could sense that they were getting their game together. Great points for John Leslie. Great try, vital time of the game.
Great decision too from Basham here. Changed his mind, worked it out to the right. He saw there was an overlap, possibility of an overlap, and that's pace that we don't often see from John Leslie. He had enough.
Well, great try, wasn't it? Basham knew that he was on the wrong side from that ruck. He came back right, and Leslie had the legs on Simon Crabb. Poor little Simon Crabb having a dive, but those are huge points for Otago at a vital time in the game.
John Leslie slotted into the Otago backline. After Arthur Stone dropped out, son of Andy Leslie, of course, former All Black. And that's a big try for Otago.
Well, very much in Otago land at this stage, John Leslie. Great try. They just looked as though they were getting their game back together, didn't they? You could sense that they knew they had a chance. Good try.
Tough kick this for Greg Cooper. Wilson's going to get there, and Cooper can't quite get it in. Goodness me, left it late to kick it.
Well, he was very difficult kicking conditions for Greg Cooper. The crowd's throwing things at him. I think it just caught his eye at the vital time there and just hesitated for a moment.
Yes, black mark against the crowd throwing cans at the goal kicker. Pushing against Waikato. $11 points to 8. It's a 3-point game.
Yes, it is, all right. It is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes left of this game. Can Otago score again?
Tremendous Shell Ranfurly Shield battle. Waikato defending for the first time. Otago have not had the log of win since 1957. You remember that one?
Not quite.
Taken in by Mike Mika. Forster for Basham. Leslie, the try scorer, slips again. Kenny finds Joseph halfway. Otago certainly getting their game together. Away for Alice. The little kick, clever kick too. Richard Jerram coming back. And the whistle has gone, lost forward by Waikato.
Oh, it's just starting to get away from the Waikato a bit. There's desperation all around the field. You see Cromfield down now. He's lost a bit of wind there on the ground, Josh Cromfield, but they're getting around the park.
Tremendous onslaught from Otago. They've come out firing in the second half. They haven't got any answer to the big scrum, but they've freed it up for Joseph. Throws himself at the line of defence. Forster for Basham. Ellis looks in field again. Timu, well held this time. Otago starting to look dangerous out wide. Basham sets off down the blind side. Finds Penny again. Slips on the surface. Basham, Cronfeld, they're running at Waikato.
This is the strength of the Otago game. When they can get these rucks going, the quick turnovers, they're really starting to move it around. They've got Waikato stretched.
Leslie again. Step over it again. Nick Moore gets in the road. Ball retention outstanding from Otago. Or is it? Spoke too soon, yes. The crowd cheers. More in relief than anything else, I think.
Yes, they can gradually see it slipping away from them. The crowd goes up with that spill forward. But got to remember that that ground now is slippery, and the ball has become slippery with that heavy shower that went through. Otago really starting to get their game together.
Classic Ranfurly Shield confrontation. Waikato ahead by 11-8. Foster. Oh, that's a marvellous kick again. Down into that corner that we saw Bashop pepper in the first half. Cook will force.
Interesting call from the referee. Sorry, Wayne, in that last scrum, he said, get your hands out of the scrum, fellas.
Well, I think the previous one, Otago had used a Graham Purvis tactic and scraped one back on the blind side there, and lucky to get away with it, but he obviously saw it out of the corner of his eye, Hawk. The old hand, you know, when you can't move your feet.
Hawkeye. Cooper, beautifully claimed by Buck Anderson. Big cheer goes up. Crack. Foster, drop kick from Ian Foster, just to the left. Well, he put one over last week. And John Timu forces.
Well, one of the heroes of the home crowd, big Brent Anderson, took that ball magnificently from the 22 dropout. Here he is here. He's the big man in the middle of that pack.
He's an All Black back in 86, 87. He's only got a couple of games left for Waikato. He's retiring at the end of the season. Penny stands in the tackle, delivers for Forster. Under pressure, Bashop.
He was under pressure. They were swarming on him from all angles.
One World of Sports, live at Rugby Park in Hamilton. 17 minutes gone in the second half. 11-8, Waikato lead. Waikato have it. Drunfeld has to get out of it. Waikato are dangerous from this situation. They've got some big, heavy, tough grunters in there.
Yes, and the tactics from the old men and the pack is that things are not going too well out further. We might just suck it in and use it. And here goes the penalty to Waikato.
Brendan Timmins scored. Finding it on the side. He didn't go around behind the last feet. And he concedes the penalty.
Wow, tough call. Just have a look at the replay here, see if we can see the Otago players. The ruling was that number 4, Brendan Timmins, didn't join from behind. Just see if he goes in there. Yes, there he is there. Big number 4. That's a penalty.
Matthew Cooper, he scored all the points so far for Waikato. Not this time.
Just watching the touch judges there, Grant, they looked at each other. I don't know if they were too sure what to do.
I had a good view of that. I thought it was going to be a poster. It was so close.
I had a feeling when John Macbeth didn't say anything that it was going to miss.
Otago really got to try and get themselves out of the danger area. Waikato, great side of pinning you inside your own 22.
It's a great dropout, very high from Brent Cooper.
Back for Bashop. They've done well, Otago, to scramble this one clear. The kick made by Ellis. Wilson, he's in the field of play. Clever little kick by Wilson. Forced a course for a fair catch, but it's outside the 22. So it's no good there.
Oh, what a hit of Wilson on Forster. Little Stu Forster. There's not many tougher than Stewie, but boy, did he get clouded in a big tackle there. Brave stuff under the high ball. Just have a look at this. Wilson coming through. There he is, number 9. Oh, he got hit real hard. Bounces back to his feet.
A quarter of the game to go, 20 minutes. 11-8. Timmins got high. Otago get the penalty. Waikato came around offside. Tough again on Stu Forster.
He's really in the wars there. That time he had 8 Waikato forwards went over the top. I'm sure 1 or 2 of them might have stood on him. Tough little character. Bishop really needing to get Otago out of this sort of situation. They've been in here for too long.
Some relief then for Otago. Back towards halfway they go. It's a tense Ranfurly Shield Challenge coming to you live on One World of Sport. 11-8, Waikato lead. Jamie Joseph, big line-out win. Mika charges on. Good support too. Otago in full cry. They've got it going again. They pop it up by Aaron Penny.
Fantastic stuff from the Otago forwards. Now the backs come into play.
John Leslie, again surging through the gap. He's had a big game today, Leslie. David Latter takes it off him. 5 out from the 22, they go again. Basham, Kronfeld standing out wide. Allison makes a desperation tackle on him. The ball was there. Warren Gatlin went and claimed it. And the kick made by Foster.
Good relief of Waikato with Foster, but Otago attacking once again. The ball was placed by Kronfeld, but there was no halfback in sight. It just sat there momentarily, and Gatlin picked it up and was able to clear it away.
Brendan Timmins looking to win this line out for Otago.
Well, I think Otago might have an edge in the middle with Rich against Anderson too.
Joseph done well at the back. Offside against Craig Stevenson.
Yes, Stevenson followed the ball through. He was waiting there for it to come through. The tap back came back from the back of the line out. Stevenson gave the penalty away.
So Basham gets to kick it out, and Otago get to throw it in. Oh, that's a lovely looking kick, spiraled away down towards the corner. And here come Otago again.
Well, after last year's result at Rugby Park, Hamilton, who would have expected this? 11 points to 8 to a Waikato. Otago starting to mount their challenge now.
It's Otago who are calling the shots in the second half. They go for Joseph again. He certainly has out-jumped Jerem this afternoon. It's there for Stu Forster. Slowly. Basham. Leslie. Ellis wasn't expecting it. They got it back. Play on, says the referee. It's there. Basham again. Kronfeld's going to run at the opposition. Held up again. They're still in control of it, Otago. No, they're not. Graham Purvis took it away.
Oh.
And then he hung on too long. Well, Purvey.
Oh, he's not happy about it either, Purvey. Get to your feet or play it immediately, says referee Hawke. It was a good steal by Purvis. He took it off the Waikato players. He got in there somehow, Graham Purvis. Got his hand. There he is there, wrenching it free. Went to ground with the ball. The ruling is get on your feet or let it go immediately. Penalty Otago.
This could tie it up. And everything to play for in the last 15 minutes of this game.
Well, there's one thing that Greg Cooper, I bet, is very fortunate about. Taking this kick, he's far enough away from the touchline not to get missiles thrown at him.
Don't you believe it? The din here is extraordinary at Rugby Park, Hamilton. This for 11 all. Yes, that's there. That ties it up.
Greg Cooper kicks the penalty. It's 11 all. 15 minutes to go in the Shield Challenge.
Great points for Otago. That puts it all tied up. The crowd almost stunned into silence. What will the big Mulu men launch now?
Here they come, chasing the kick of Ian Foster. John Mitchell. Carry on, says referee Hook. Waikato. Held up in there, penalty. Should have released the ball was the call. Interesting call, that one.
Well, just trying to decipher the referee's interpretation. Referee Hawke's ruling is that the player has got to be allowed time to place the ball once he goes to ground. The technicalities of the game could cost Otago.
We have another tennis update. If you don't want to know the score, quickly look away. Cooper. They're back in front.
Well, different response to when the last penalty went over. I think Otago have got to score tries if they're going to take the Ranfurly Shield. They're not going to do it by penalties. They've got to score.
14 points to 11. There's still 13 minutes to go. Out on the full. Bad mistake.
Well, this gives Waikato a chance to launch something from centre field and their very strong scrum.
I don't think there'll be anything too fancy from here. Foster's gone and stood out right. He's going to angle it down to the corner.
Strawbridge creeping up on the blind side as well, but Foster will kick, no question about that. He's banged it down the middle. He's basically said to Otago, we'd like you to drop it out from the 22.
A draw is enough, of course, for the holders.
Yes, Otago need to score tries. They've got about 12 minutes. The little one, cleverly done. Jamie Joseph, solidly crunched. Quickly taken. Basham frees it up. Ellis tries to get away from Cooper. Can't do so. Been a good clash for the two All Blacks out of midfield. Too tight in there.
Well, from the quick one, from the quick penalty there, I just don't know whether those Waikato players were back the necessary distance. The call goes against them at scrum time. The rain comes down again.
Yes, the rain pelts down again. John Mitchell, he's had a pretty quiet game today, finds Monkley. Waikato in possession, 10 out from the 22. I think they'll be content to let this one roll for a while.
They know they've got the advantage now, Waikato, and I think they're just going to play it out. They don't seem to want to move it very far from those big forwards.
Good, solid stuff from Waikato. Very difficult to combat.
Well, the other thing for Otago is they've got to be careful they don't give away the penalty kick. And I think that's what the big men are wanting.
Still going. Super stuff.
And they've sucked in all the Otago forwards. No one standing out now.
There's some frantic work going on there in the Otago defence. Now they go to ground. They'll have to release it shortly. Otago finally managed to halt it. Foster across for Cooper. Wilson, he gets a shocking pass. Still got it under control. It's out.
Wilson had the legs around Cooper there just as well. There was no more of Rugby Park left on that touchline.
There weren't many people sitting down then.
14-11, the holders in front. 10 minutes left in the game. Waikato have it, do they? Yes, Cram. In fact, they lose grounds.
Otago will be quite happy just to nudge it up a couple of metres, but now it's their throw, 8 metres from their own line. Important, nothing sloppy from here, Otago.
David Latter finds Mike Mika in close. He's done some good work in close, Mika. Otago have it, but they're going backwards. Freed up. Ellis. 5-metre scrum. Couldn't do anything else.
Well, difficult situation for Mark Ellis under pressure. I think one more pass wider may have done it, but he chose to come back to the safety and got caught in behind the line. Now we'll see the power. Now we'll see the might of the Waikato forward pack.
John Mitchell is the second highest try scorer in Waikato rugby history, and a lot of them have come from 5-metre scrums. Let's see if it happens again. Otago have gone to ground, so it won't come this time. Eight minutes remaining. Waikato lead by 3. Here they go again. Mitchell. No, the scrum screwed this time.
Both standing up. The first one, the players went to the ground. The second one, I think Stevenson and Purvis tried to keep the front rows up, pulled up for going up in the air. What will happen the third time down?
Waikato want to try and shove them back.
They had 3 like this against Auckland when they won the Shield.
Mitchell, Forster ready to pounce. Mitchell, yes!
Well, that's the Shield Grant. Rugby Park, Hamilton, absolutely erupts. The Mulu flags are flying, the crowd's jumping up and down. It was inevitable that John Mitchell would score the try. Third time lucky, third scrum in a row. There's no number 8 New Zealand better at doing that. John Mitchell, and look at the Waikato fans.
They've always had the big shove, Waikato over Otago, and this time Mitchell, excellent control, and he just dived at the right time. Colin Hawke says yes, 19 to 11, and Cooper to make it 21-11.
Just looking at from end on here, the power, that big front row, Purvis turned in, Gatlin, Stevenson driving forward. They know that the captain is in behind. Try to John Mitchell.
Kronfeld crunches in. Henny can't hang on, he knocked it on. Playing an advantage. Oh, they're all over the place here. Josh Kronfeld's given it everything this afternoon. Will his name be on the list tonight?
Well, a lot of them, it's been a very brave challenge from Otago. They've really thrown everything at it.
Foster, again straight down the middle. A successful tactic, and that pushes Otago back to the 22, and no guarantee of getting the ball back.
Well, Otago got to score twice now in the space of 5 minutes.
They may not get it here either. Monkley. No, there was a little knock on there by one of the Waikato players, probably Warren Gatlin.
Otago's option now is to get the scrum down, get it out as quick as they can, get it to their wings and have a go. Mitchell knows that he's come out onto the left-hand side. They're watching Timu.
Basham puts the little kick through. Wilson has it. Late charge. Late charge on Stephen Basham. So, Otago. No, they want attacked. Jamie Joseph sets off on a run. Straight at Steve Gordon. Now Forster. Good charge here by Brendan Timmins. Otago still full of life. David Latter runs into his opposite number. Opposing captain John Mitchell. Ellis. So good from break and play if he can get going. Kronfeld's there again as usual. 5 metres on the Otago side of halfway. Otago throwing everything into it now. 4 minutes to go. Basher. Waikato have fanned out across the field. Hard to get through. David Latter's got a good acceleration. Paul Cook runs smack into Monkley. Played the ball on the ground, Otago.
Well, brave effort from Otago, really trying to work their way up, but the tackling of the Waikato players have been great. Once again, the move falls down. Cook came in to try and burst it up. Goes to ground there. Well, I don't know about those sort of decisions. That's 50-50 stuff.
Andrew Strawbridge is off.
Eugene Martin goes on, and Martin's warmed up for most of this game.
Well, it was a brave decision for Strawbridge to play in the first place by the Waikato officials. He been severely injured early in the season. Three minutes remaining in the game. Waikato 21-11 ahead. Lobbed in for Gordon. Foster. Allison. Reece Allison. Great chance for Waikato once again. Held in there by Stevenson. They want to go straight ahead. Getting very close. Anderson. No, just short. Ball lost. Try given. Craig Stevenson gets the try. The Shields in Hamilton for the summer.
Well, that's a sign of a good team, isn't it? A good Shield holding team that they can stay with it over the last 10 minutes. It was close call.
He just got it down. Got dragged back.
Well, I wonder if that means a tour for Stevenson. It was a good try. Really set up by Reece Allison and then finished by Craig Stevenson, the big number one. He's had a great season for the Waikato pack.
Matthew Cooper then. It's 26-11. Cooper adds the two. It's finished up being a big result for Waikato, but only 10 minutes ago they were in a bit of strife. The crowd's enveloping the field, but the game is not yet over. Just a reminder that as soon as the rugby is finished, we go back to the tennis, where it's 1 set all in the deciding singles of the Davis Cup.
Well, it's been a brave challenge from Otago. It's been a tremendous challenge from Otago. It's just come unstuck in the last 5 minutes.
Ball is with Otago. John Mitchell tries to claim it back. Everybody awaiting the referee's whistle. The Shield is safe. And the game is over. Waikato retain the ranfurly Shield. 28 points to 11. Marvellous contest it was too, Wayne Graham, and they meet again in 6 days' time in Dunedin.
Yes, it'll all happen 6 days' time, 6 days from now, but what a marvellous contest it was. Otago gave it their best shot on Waikato's home ground. It was always going to be a hard job to beat them, and they did so well to get so close. Great game of rugby, great result, and the two teams meet again in a week's time.
The Ranfurly Shield is retained in Hamilton. Waikato 28, Otago 11, and we'll be back after the break.
Today's Ranfurly Shield match, Waikato against Otago, was brought to you by One World of Sport and Shell, official sponsors of the Shell Ranfurly Shield.
Monday, Made in New Zealand goes close up on a Kiwi company whose products are really moving.
There are two kinds of personalised number plates, the blue and white investment plates and the black and white fun plates.
It seems aluminium has become a precious metal.
1C, for example, sold at Christie's in London recently for $100,000.
And a $1 million success story for a woman who set out making cheap shoes for needy children. Made in New Zealand, Monday, 9:05 after open all hours on 1.
Welcome to our world. Won't you come on in? Miracles, I guess, still happen now and then. Step into our heart. Leave your cares behind. Welcome to our world, built with you in mind. Knock and the door will open. Seek and you will find. Ask and you'll be given the key to this world of mine. We'll be waiting here with our arms unfurled, waiting just for you. Welcome to our world.
Gillette introduces Sensor, a new system, a new technology that will change the way you shave forever. Sensor twin blades are individually mounted on remarkably responsive springs. They continually sense and automatically adjust to the individual curves of your face. No other razor comes close. Gillette Sensor, for the closest, smoothest, safest shave a man can get.
Bank Shoes Sports Spectacular brings you these winners. Top brand sports shoes, them up to $100 off. Plus the latest international releases arriving daily. Thousands of sports shoes priced from only $69.95. More winning savings from Bank Shoes.
Arthur Toy Fabrics. This summer, we're your store for your style. Arthur Toy Fabrics. Theme celebrates the Wine and Food Festival with 10% off all cookware, Emile Henry, Copco, WMF, Fissler, Global, Sinclair and more. 10% off all cookware at Theme. The original, why settle for less?
The annual King and Teppit No Bull sale is now on. Everything, all furniture, curtaining and rugs slashed by up to 50%. And that's no bull. We've always said exactly what we mean. King and Teppit's No Bull sale, on now.
Well, the Mulu song is being sung loud and long at Rugby Park in Hamilton, even though the game has been finished for about 4 or 5 minutes. The crowd loved it. They've seen their Waikato team repel the first challenge, which has come from Otago. And the Waikato captain, John Mitchell, a little bit of a change, isn't it, this Ranfurly Shield stuff? Big time, and you had to really play well to keep Otago out.
Yeah, they're a great side, and
you know, they come right back into the game in the second half and applied a heap of pressure against us. But full mark to my teammates. There was a fair bit of pride shown out there, and we sustained the pressure and come through towards the end. But I don't know if I can handle this pressure for another week. I haven't slept all week, so it's gonna be great to see the Shield here for the summer.
It's sort of the unknown, isn't it? That Ranfurly Shield rugby, people talk about it. They say how different it is. Not until you experience it, I suppose. Can you confirm that?
Yeah, most definitely. It's very different. It's been very different being a defender of it as opposed to a challenger. And we've obviously had an experience of that, or a taste of it as such. So I think if you want to be a good side, you know, you're going to have to handle that. And you know, it's about being mentally hard. And today the guys wanted it, but hey, there's no rest. The national championship kicks off again next week, and we smash against each other once again.
Okay, well done, John Mitchell. So Waikato holding the Shield. David Latter, the losing captain, but a mighty challenge, David. You must be disappointed, but still very proud of the way the players went.
Oh yeah, very proud of our guys. Really proud of their supporters too. You know, they're right up against it. When you come up to the Mulu land, as they call it, you know, you got to contend with not only the players but the crowd, and very parochial crowd, and they get right in behind their players, which the game's all about. You know, you go to play rugby and enjoy it, and you know, if you see the crowd enjoying it as much as they do, you know, you get a kick out of that as well.
Well, of course, the Otago crowd can now turn it back on Waikato next week when you play again at Carisbrook.
Yeah, I hope that our crowd will greet them just as warmly down home, and we look forward to that challenge, you know, down home for the semis, and it's going to be a big task. You know, we're going to get back on track, and it's a big ask again from our fellas, you know, and if we want to get to that final, we've got to beat them.
Okay, David, all the best for next weekend. Hard luck today, but a great game it was. The Shell Ranfurly Shield match, the first challenge, the last one of the season. Craig Stevenson capped off this game with a big try underneath the post. You must be delighted. You look it.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic, John. What a great day. Brilliant. Thanks very much to all the supporters that came down and supported us, to the team. We've got the Shield for the summer. Semi-finals next week down Otago. It's going to be a big game, but we're really proud and happy to have held on to the Shield for this year. Fantastic.
Okay, well done, Craig, and good luck for the rest of the season. Craig Stevenson and the Waikato team getting ready now to celebrate retaining the Shield, but looking forward to the other games towards the end of the season. Well, we've had some excitement here, some great rugby at Rugby Park in Hamilton. Coming up after the break, some equally exciting tennis from Christchurch.
Tuesday on the street, a resident under pressure.
Got another shoplifter.
And suspicion.
No, I know this woman. It's Vera Duckworth.
She's a lifter, all right.
I think we better go to my office for a chat. Don't you?
Then on the bill at 8, a court case has an officer's reputation on the line.
They were in the house. I was thrown to the ground and handcuffed.
That you were angry with the WPC.
No, that's not true, Your Honour.
At least it won't cost him his career.
And a burglary that angers Sun Hill.
She says that her son Kevin was assaulted by one of us.
Coronation Street and the bill, Tuesday.